All right, guys, just want to make a quick kind of Bitcoin update video here. What am I seeing? Um, Not the best news. I still think my kind of base case is literally just chop of death. Fill this low volume node out. What do I mean by low volume node? Let me refresh this so it loads the volume profile. It's like a bug with TradingView. Let's see here. There we go. So basically just filling this out. And I've been seeing some posts on Twitter, people comparing this to like May 2021. And let's go look at May of 2021 here. This is basically it. What did we do? We basically death chopped for how long? What is that? 2 months? Basically until the end of July. So that's kind of what I've been talking about, just kind of us doing a range on range on range for a long time until we catch a new narrative or stocks stop killing all the good vibes we have been getting. But that's just kind of my base case is the death chop. Um, I don't think there's a lot of new narratives. We had the SBR narrative is done. What's the next thing that's going to push us higher? Honestly, I'm not really sure. Um, One thing I want to note. This is where I'm basically looking for longs in this area. I think, now between Monday open, you could look for a long and I think this range probably is going to continue. Um, 60% I would say range continue, 40% we get a breakdown. Maybe we retest all-time high. If we do like something down here, um, let's mark this out. Previous all-time high. If you get down there, probably looking around this level as well. And then I also have that 70, it's like 77 level. We are talking about kind of front running everyone that's trying to buy this previous all-time high. So I'll be watching this level if we get down here. At this point in the range, I don't think there's much reward for shorts. You could, if it does break down and stocks completely nuke next week, you could get a short, I guess, down here. But this is kind of the bounce zone, so not as much good risk reward, I think, on that end. Let's check out the indicator suite here. Let's refresh it. We are getting some stacked bids on here, so it is looking good. You guys can see the order book depth is stacking really hard to the bid side right now, so that's good if you want to see a bounce. It might not be exactly here, but we'll see. But yeah, it's looking good from a flow perspective. I don't really think we're going to get a huge wipeout. The other thing I also did want to go over is just this open interest kind of overarching PvP. PvP means player versus player kind of arena that we're entering. Um, Guys, look at how low open interest is. Basically, if we mark out some lines here, if we go vertical, we'll go here, and then we'll drag it, and we'll get another one. You like it's basically as low as here. Even if we drag it, keep going. Um, and the next one is going to be way, way, way over here, basically the bottom. So what do I mean? There's not a lot of interest in the market. There's not a lot of, structural flows that are overthrowing price a bunch. Interest is drying up, that kind of thing. So just be careful. You're going to get a lot more PvP, not a lot of clean price action, I think. Um, a lot more moves that I'll be looking to scalp and not really holding a big winner. Because in these PvP environments, you get a lot of like chop, you get a lot of overlap, bar for bar overlap kind of thing. What is that? It's just chop. So something I'm considering too, kind of a volatility decline. If we do get that death chop, which will make trading this not as much fun, and I'll probably switch over to just stocks again. So S&P 500, let's go over that. I am looking for a bounce next week. I think the hedges, I think we kind of got the meat of the move. We were talking about shorting this, and that played out pretty well. I do think the meat of the move is done. until the next OPEX, maybe. Um, let's look at the OPEX calendar here. I think it's going to be the midweek of March. Let's see, it's March 9th right now. Yeah, so I think we get a bounce next week, and then I'm not sure about this week here. And then around OPEX, you might be able to get either the bottom or you might get another short opportunity. We'll see what price does. Excuse me. We'll see what price does up until then. So that's something I'm definitely watching out for. Actually, let's mark the date. So it's going to be March 21st is going to be our OPEX. March 21st. Okay. So that's basically when OPEX is. So we'll see what price is doing into there. It's not a, oh, it is a quarterly OPEX as well on the 31st. So let's mark that out as well. Yeah, that could end up being real interesting. So we'll definitely watch out for these levels. March 31st. Oops. All right. Mark those out on the chart. Again, base case right now is we get a bounce into next week. Probably not a big one. And then you might get some areas to short or long. If we keep pressing, you might get some areas to long. I mean, this is stupid drawing, but anyways, I am long going into next week. I was long near the close, so that's my, put your money where your mouth is. That's what I'm betting on. If we keep drilling lower on Monday open or anything, I'm not going to be cute. I'll probably just cut them and keep looking for more trades. We have a light week. I don't think CPI matters as much this week, but we'll see. We'll see where CPI, JOLTS, PPI, all this stuff comes in. Monday is going to be a light day, so it's good for a bounce. There's no news unless Trump tweets something crazy. Excuse me, unless Trump tweets something crazy. So overall, I'm looking for a bounce in the S&P. Again, guys, this could be literally like a 2-3 day bounce. I'm not saying this is where the trend ends, right? The trend obviously is down. So just don't get cute with it. Um, that's just, I'm just playing kind of the mean reversion, hedges coming off kind of play. Bitcoin, I think if you're going to be long, it's going to be around 83 to 80 range. If it does break, look for this 77. Next one, we look for 73. These are not exact lines. If we do end up grinding this, I could see a situation where we nuke everybody that's like trying to long the exact level, and then we just kind of reclaim it. I've seen that too many times to count. But that's kind of it. Alt wise, they have gotten absolutely murdered. Solana keeps getting murdered. Again, this range down here, this is still where I'm looking to bid. So I'm just kind of being impatient on Solana or at the bottom of the range. So maybe we get a bounce, but staying away from it for now. ETH, I probably will take this off my watch list. It's not even worth it anymore. I mean, everything basically fully retraced this Trump pump that we had from the SBR. Hype doesn't even look that good anymore. Is there a hype USD? Is there a earlier chart? Let's look at this one. Whew. Yeah, hype's not looking great. I mean, this is like the obvious thing, but a lot of these alts, what they'll do, we get the run up, we get the chop, it comes back down, and then we finally form an accumulation range, and then we start breaking out of it, and this is when you can kind of get involved. So again, markup range, either it goes below the listing or right near the listing. We get a accumulation range for a long time, and then we'll break up finally, and that's usually when I try to get involved. So I got out of all my spot hype. It wasn't much, but I don't know. I just don't want to hold it and just keep seeing drawdown on it, to be honest. Uh, yeah, I mean these alts just look terrible. Will I be intraday trading them? Yes, but I mean they all look pretty terrible. I mean this is the cleanest explanation. Look at the trend. It's just every lower low, lower high, just classic trend downtrend. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Google KWEB. Let's give an update on that real fast. I sold out of everything once we had this spike up. My calls. Um, I'll probably remain flat on that going into next week. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think there's much. Again, this is where I'm looking to bid. Um, we'll see what happens. Basically you come down here, you bid, you look for the mid of the range, which would be at this point. Let's see. Oh, what just happened? Which would be like here. So you can take some TP here, and then you basically just look for the throwback to the other side of the range. That's that kind of simple trade. But yeah, I probably will start looking for longs before the open. It's the CME opens here is pretty soon. We'll see what stocks do. If we get a nuke down into this 80, level, I'll probably look for a bid. If I get taken out, is what it is. I think the risk reward down here is pretty good though. All right, if you guys have any questions, that's it. Throw them in the comments. All right, thanks.